Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask. It's Tuesday, the 22nd day of January. Today is National Blonde Brownie Day. I don't think I've ever had a blonde brownie. I think we said the same thing last year, didn't we? Mm-hmm. And you know what I was going to do last year?
Make blonde brownies.
And I never did. And now I'm on a diet, so I'll never get to have them ever again in my entire life.
Again.
Never again. Never in my entire life will I get to have blonde brownies now. Okay, maybe I will someday, but probably not now. Hey, coming up later in the program, we've got a thing called Tuesdays with Charlie. Going to get to that here before you know it.
I love that segment.
I do, too. That is her dad, by the way. There's some people who wonder, who is that guy you talk to? I thought that I said every single time I talk to him, he's my father-in-law.
It's my father-in-law, yeah.
I'm amazed there are some people who still say, hey, you talk to Charlie. Who is that? It's my father-in-law. I say it every single time I talk to him.
It really is my father-in-law.
It really is. I don't know if they thought that was like a joke that, I'm pretending and he's someone else. I don't know who it would be exactly, but we do have him coming up later in the show, and we appreciate you listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Tuesday.
Want a good laugh to start every day? We do, and you can too. Be sure to follow WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com on Facebook. Every morning we send out our Weird Gift of the Day. You don't even have to buy anything. You can just follow our page and laugh at the bizarre real gift items we find and share every morning. And maybe you can share them with your friends who have a good sense of humor too. We have a link to make it easy to find us at WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. That's WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
Time now for surveys and studies and such. It says one way to keep your love alive in your marriage, according to a study out of Britain, they suggest not having kids could do the trick. Well, too late.
Too late.
We already have two of those, and I love them dearly. Open University found that childless people report having better, happier, more fulfilling relationships and feel more valued by their partners. See, I disagree with that. The child-free couples also report taking more time to, quote, maintain their connection through things like date nights and just talking.
Obviously those two things coincide. If your efforts are not directed elsewhere, they're going to be directed on each other. So if you're not running around to ball games and school events and never seeing each other, of course your relationship is going to suffer in that area because you're not dedicating any time to each other. So that's just common sense.
But you got to find time to spend with everybody. It says if you're not so concerned with your romantic relationship, consider this. When subjects in the study were asked to rate overall happiness with their lives, mothers were found to be the happiest group, even if their romantic relationship was less than perfect, and women with no children were found to be the least happy. The findings were flipped when it came to men. Men without kids were slightly happier than men with kids. So there you go. Interesting study out of Britain there. I'm happy to have kids, but I also love you very much. She's my wife, by the way, for those of you who don't know that. Love you very much, and I enjoy being with you, whether we have our kids with us or without. Sometimes it's more fun to just not have the kids around. Like, I love you guys, but go away for a while. Just leave us alone. So, I don't know. Maybe that's a thing only parents can understand. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Tuesday.
Cable and dish companies keep jacking up their rates. Join the cable cutting revolution with ChannelSurferTV.com. Watch TV with no monthly fee. Our DVR lets you record shows and pause live TV with no monthly fee. Want to stream movies? We have a device for that too. It works with Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime, YouTube, and many other streaming platforms, so you can cut the cable and save a ton of money every month. Learn more at ChannelSurferTV.com. That's ChannelSurferTV.com.
And this is your brain on drugs. According to officials, a North Carolina woman is accused of posing as a bail bondsman to sneak drugs into a jail. 27-year-old Brittany Moore was charged for allegedly trying to smuggle narcotics to Austin Herring, an inmate. Deputies noticed the Snow Hill resident as she was pretending to be a bail bondsman. Multiple drug charges were filed against her, including possession of meth. She was booked into the jail on a $22,500 bond. That's a pretty good-sized bond. I wonder if she had a real bail bondsman to help her out. She was pretending to be one. Herring, who her ID says she's 31, was charged with accessory after the fact in connection with the alleged incident. According to court records, both are set to appear in court February the 8th. So, yikes. That's somebody who really loves their man right there. She's like, oh, yeah, I'll bring you drugs in prison.
Wow.
Bad idea. Not a good idea. But that is what happens when your brain is on drugs.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com. Don't look to future trailers for Avengers Endgame to reveal anything major about the plot. That might seem obvious, but Marvel Studios' president has confirmed a rumor that's been flying around on the internet for a while that there will be nothing after the first 15 to 20 minutes of the movie that will actually be in the trailer. So the trailer in this one will not give away any, like, the ending or what's going to happen. Sometimes I'm sad. I'll watch a movie trailer and I'm like, well, I already know what's going to happen. I don't even need to see the movie
now I don't even
now.
need to see the movie.
And there are times that I'll watch a movie trailer and the movie looks hilarious. Then you go to it, you're like, this wasn't
Really
even funny.
let down. Yeah, they put the best parts in.
All the best stuff was in that 30-second commercial. So Eddie Murphy, by the way, has confirmed he will revisit his role of the fictional African prince Akeem to the sequel to Coming to America.
I don't know how I feel about that. I feel like maybe it's been too long to try to recreate this film.
1988 was the first one. Now the sequel coming out now 21 years later. But he's going to return from Zamunda to reconnect with his estranged son, the heir to the throne. So I think it's a cool idea. The original film also co-starred Arsenio Hall, James Earl Jones, and many others. So no word as to whether they're all going to be a part of it as well. But interesting concept. This has been Big Screen, Little Screen. Thanks for listening to The John and Heidi Show.
Every day, approximately 23 U.S. military veterans take their own lives. Big Paws Canine Foundation is helping to decrease that number, providing service and companion dogs to our disabled veterans and first responders injured in the line of duty. Partnering a hero with a specifically trained dog significantly reduces the incidence of suicide, and your support makes all the difference. Find out how you can help our American heroes. Join the pack at BigPawsCanine.com.
Now your scoop of the day brought to you by FunkyMonkeyShirts.com. Nike has unveiled a self-lacing basketball shoe that is controlled by a smartphone app. Really? Do we need our smartphones to tie our shoes? Then again, I wear slip-ons, so what do I know?
But do we really want an entire generation of kids wandering around that don't even know how to tie their shoes?
Probably not. I think that's a bad idea. But Nike, keep doing whatever it is you're doing, I guess. Walmart and Target have both pulled a children's game called Cut the Wire. It let kids defuse a fake bomb before the time
Oh my
ran out.
gosh!
Yeah, it was a fake bomb. It wasn't a real one, but there were people who were not too thrilled about that little game. So there you go.
Oh my gosh!
I've got a link to the story and it shows the game. It looks interesting. I kind of want to play that game now, but I don't think that it's a good idea for impressionable young people. So there you go. Administrators at a New York middle school.
Well, at least it's how to defuse one and not how to build one.
Yeah,
like if somebody mails you one, you kind of know how to.
Don't even go there.
I'm just saying it's better than the other way around. Here, kids, here's how to build a bomb.
A Long Island middle school is in the news. It was more in the news last week than this week. It says here, administrators at Great Neck Northern Middle School on Long Island wrote a letter to the parents asking them to please redirect your middle schooler from wearing hats to school. And it's not specific hats that had something on them, but here's the hats. There were kids wearing fur knit hats with pom-poms that were $350 hats.
What?
Yeah, to the middle school. And they said that it's being disruptive to students on their focus and their time, because somebody lost a hat and then it turned into a big deal. So they just said, hey, please, don't wear a $350 hat to
That
school.
is ridiculous.
If you want to wear that kind of hat, I guess, whatever. But again, they're just saying, please, don't wear them to school. It's causing a big problem. So a firefighter who saved a baby from a house 17 years ago joined the rescued girl for her high school graduation.
Aww.
17 years ago, when Mike Hughes arrived at the scene of a fire, it was out of control. Firefighters had no idea that there was a baby trapped in her crib. Hughes had a hunch, and he found this 9-month-old girl in the crib, overwhelmed by smoke inhalation. 7 years ago, Hughes was compelled to connect with this baby that he rescued decades before. He found Danielle Davis on Facebook, and they've stayed in touch ever since, and now, 17 years later, he went to her graduation.
Aww.
I think that's really cool. That could have been our good news for today.
Yeah, that's really cool.
That was a good news story. We do at the end of the program, because there's some people that probably don't listen from here all the way till there, but at the end of the program, we do good news every single day.
Every day.
That would have been a good contender for
Yes,
the good
it
news.
would have.
And one last thing here, Heidi. What would you say is one of the final purchases most people would make? Maybe they're not even involved in it, but the final purchase for most people would be like a coffin, right?
Well, not for the person who's dead.
But I'm saying it's like the last thing you get. Maybe the outfit to wear in the coffin. So there are some people who want to go out with style, and there's nothing that says, I've lived a fabulous life, so I'm going to go out the most fabulous way possible, quite like a glitter coffin. It's a thing. The Glitter Coffin Company, based in the United Kingdom, makes the final goodbye super extra. Coffins are made to order and shipped worldwide, and I have a link to an image of one of these. Would you want a glittery coffin? Is that something?
I don't want a coffin at all.
Yeah,
I'm going to be cremated.
Do you want a glittery urn? I bet they do
No,
those too.
I don't even want to urn. I just want to be dumped out somewhere. And
Anywhere in particular?
No. No. At that point, I'm not there anymore anyway. It's just dirt, so just dump it out.
I don't know. Doesn't much matter. There you go. Glitter Coffin Company. Never thought that I would ever see such a thing, but there you go. It's if you're interested in that, I'm not mocking you. I'm not saying that it's a bad idea. I'm just saying it's not for me. But, to each their own.
That's right.
I don't wear anything glittery around the house, so I don't think I need to be wearing a glitter.
Oh, don't lie.
I bedazzled all my stuff. I didn't really. All right, I've got a link to that story and many others in the show notes for today. This has been your scoop of the day on the John and Heidi Show.
At FunkyMonkeyShirts.com, we want to remind you it's never too early to start thinking about Valentine's Day. And what says I love you better than awesome matching fun t-shirts? Get something for your sweetie and for you. We have several his and hers t-shirt designs to choose from at FunkyMonkeyShirts.com. Let the world know how much you love one another. And wear your heart on your sleeve. Well, at least on your shirt. With a little help from FunkyMonkeyShirts.com. That's FunkyMonkeyShirts.com.
And it's time right now for my favorite program, something we do every Tuesday just because we can. We pick up the phone and we call my father-in-law for a little thing we like to call
Tuesdays with Charlie.
It's Tuesdays with Charlie on the John and Heidi Show. How
you doing, Charlie?
Well, you pick up something. I don't know what it is.
So now, your team did not make it to the Super Bowl, but are you excited about the two that are going to be there?
No.
Are you still going to watch, do you think?
No.
No, I bet you will. You think you're going to just stay home, watch the Food Network or something instead?
That would be more fun.
No. So what kind of cool stuff are we going to learn about today?
Hey, did you know that the White House is not free for the president?
It's not free?
Nope, he receives a bill for food.
Oh, well, I suppose that makes sense.
He's got to pay for his own food.
So everybody else does too.
Which is kind of stupid because they have chefs to cook it for him. He don't cook it himself.
No, but that does make sense that they would. Otherwise, you just eat all the best stuff all the time, on somebody else's dime.
Well, that's true.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll do that too. When you come and live with us, Charlie, you'll stay here for free, but
you'll get a bill for food.
You're paying for Chef John to make you breakfast each day.
It'd be worth it. Hey, then, I've told you this before, but IKEA, you know them people.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
They run a print ad in which you urinated on, and if you were pregnant, it gave you 50% off a crib.
What?
Yeah, I think he did tell us this one before. I think that's really disgusting.
I don't...
Hey, come in the store or come up the counter and pee on his thing. Let's see if you...
How would you like to have to be the cashiers that had to redeem those coupons?
I know you peed on this. Bring it in a Ziploc bag, pre-sealed, please.
Well, I think you had to do it there at the store, because how'd they know you didn't?
Oh, yeah, I suppose. Otherwise, you could have your pregnant neighbor do it for you.
Well, why would you want a crib if you weren't pregnant?
I don't know. Just because it's a bargain. I could see you doing that. 50% off cribs? I'll take 2 of them.
Then here's one for you. Banana milkshake sweetened with honey is one of the best ways to cure hangover.
Really?
Huh.
And the banana calms the stomach and honey builds up the sugar back.
Well, there you go.
So
that doesn't sound good, though. I don't think I'd like that.
Banana milkshake?
A banana and honey milkshake? No.
Don't you like bananas?
I like bananas. I don't like honey.
Huh. Well, what's wrong with you?
I don't know.
Communist. Okay, red irritated eyes after swimming in the pool aren't caused by chlorine.
They're not. What are they caused by?
Urine.
You're kidding me.
Yeah, I knew that.
So people should quit peeing in the pool.
Why would you want to quit that?
It's a bad idea.
Well, it feels good at the time.
Don't do it.
Not that I've ever done it.
Oh, yeah. Sure
No,
you haven't.
never.
We were at a place where they had that dye in there, and there's a stream coming behind you everywhere you went.
You buy chlorine by the 5-gallon bucket when I'm there. Hey, then at the rate I'm going, I don't know, but if I lose 75% of my liver,
Yeah?
it'll grow back completely in 1 year.
Really? How does one lose 75% of their liver?
Well, I don't know. You set it down to something and forget where you put it. I don't know.
Have you seen my liver? I had it just a minute ago.
That dog's got my liver.
Did you get that liver away from the dog. Well, you ready for a question from us, Charlie?
You got one?
I do have one. All right. What time of day is the time of day when most people are most irritable?
8 o'clock in the morning.
No, it's actually from 4 to 6 p.m.
Ooh, waiting to get off work.
Yeah, so it says research with the human body's internal clock. The period between 4 and 6 in the afternoon is when people are their most irritable. So, I don't know why that is.
I start about 8 in the morning and still till 6 at night. I'm still irritable.
Yeah, my guess was just going to be daytime.
What time of day is it
Daytime.
that Heidi's most irritable? Awake time. And if I'm having the right kind of dream, I'm irritable then too.
There you got her.
Well, Charlie, it is always a pleasure to visit with you. Thank you for taking the time to chat.
Well, time could be running out. You never know.
Well, I hope not. We want to continue to talk to you as much as we can.
Okay.
Bye, Daddy. Love you.
Bye, Fluff. Bye, John.
Bye-bye. My father-in-law right there. We call and talk to him every Tuesday just because we can. It's a little program we like to call Tuesdays with Charlie.
Cable and dish companies keep jacking up their rates. Join the cable cutting revolution with ChannelSurferTV.com. Watch TV with no monthly fee. Our DVR lets you record shows and pause live TV with no monthly fee. Want to stream movies? We have a device for that too. It works with Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime, YouTube, and many other streaming platforms, so you can cut the cable and save a ton of money every month. Learn more at ChannelSurferTV.com. That's ChannelSurferTV.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Angelo Siciliano. Have you ever heard that name before?
No.
Angelo Siciliano. He became famous using a different name. Charles Atlas.
Oh, all right.
He's a muscle man, weightlifter. Charles Atlas.
No, I thought he was the guy who made the
books?
Atlas.
Oh.
No?
Maybe.
Somebody different?
Maybe he did. That's what he did in his spare time. He did. He's a weightlifter and a map maker. I'm not sure now. I'm going to have to probably look that one up. I kind of feel as though I've led you astray on today's fun fact. It's the truth. We just don't know what it means. That's all. All right. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Tuesday.
At FunkyMonkeyShirts.com, we want to remind you it's never too early to start thinking about Valentine's Day and what says I love you better than awesome, matching fun t-shirts. Get something for your sweetie and for you. We have several his and hers t-shirt designs to choose from at FunkyMonkeyShirts.com. Let the world know how much you love one another and wear your heart on your sleeve. Well, at least on your shirt. With a little help from FunkyMonkeyShirts.com. That's FunkyMonkeyShirts.com.
Time now for Fear This, fun with phobias. The phobia today is bibliophobia. Bibliophobia, what is that?
Afraid of either books or libraries.
It's the fear of books, correct.
Ha!
The fear of books, bibliophobia. So how did you know that one?
Because the Spanish word for book or library is biblioteca.
Biblioteca, yeah. So good job, Heidi. High five.
Well, thank you.
Got some weird news coming your way. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Want a good laugh to start every day? We do, and you can too. Be sure to follow WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com on Facebook. Every morning we send out our Weird Gift of the Day. You don't even have to buy anything. You can just follow our page and laugh at the bizarre real gift items we find and share every morning. And maybe you can share them with your friends who have a good sense of humor too. We have a link to make it easy to find us at WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. That's WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
Time now for some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. And the weird gift for today is a metal hat, kind of like a conquistador hat. And they're selling these now.
Okay.
Who would wear that? Where would you wear that?
Why not?
What would be the right occasion for one of those? Not exactly sure. But that is the weird gift from WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
I'm going to have to look at what that looks like.
It's bizarre. An 84-year-old woman from China who suffered from Alzheimer's confuses people all the time, but She confused some young lady at kindergarten when she was there trying to pick up her daughter, who hasn't been there now for 30 years.
Oh, that's
Walking
so sad.
with the help of a cane, a woman took a bus to the kindergarten school. She could only tell the security guard that I'm here for my daughter. The guard couldn't find the daughter's name in the list of students anywhere. They called the police, who then contacted the lady's daughter. The woman said, my mom has dementia. She has now for years, and she's forgotten a lot of things, but she still remembers that she needs to pick me up, even though it's 30 years later. That is such a terrible disease, and it's such a hard thing. I've had
Maybe somebody should be watching after her.
Absolutely. But I've had numerous family members that have suffered with this, and it is such a tough thing. So, again, that happened in China. Thanks for listening to our Weird News on the John and Heidi Show. Now your moment of duh, brought to you by FunkyMonkeyShirts.com. Florida police say that a KFC worker allegedly smashed a drive-thru customer in the face with a bag of extra crispy chicken and biscuits.
Oh, there you go.
When they complained that the food was being prepared in an unsanitary manner. So let's start from the beginning. 53-year-old Ronald Jenkins placed an order at a KFC in December. He became verbally upset with a female worker who was not wearing a hairnet or gloves while preparing the order. Investigators say Jenkins and a 30-year-old KFC employee, Shade, Shade or Shade, anyway, Simmons, exchanged words throughout the incident. Jenkins recorded this on his phone, and when Jenkins' order in hand, she opened the drive-thru window and allegedly tossed the food at him, striking him in the face. It says here that he was very rude to her and snatched the food away from her. She let go of the bag, and that's how the food ended up in his face. So, I don't know. I think we all need to take one little second here to calm down. Don't you think? This world is getting out of control.
Absolutely. It's
People
insane.
Are losing their minds over the dumbest little things as food. I mean, he's upset. Then don't eat there. Just say, you know what, I'd like a refund. I'm going to go somewhere else. That's the answer. Not getting in an argument with somebody who's preparing your food. And I'm not taking sides on this. It sounds like both sides got heated. Both sides did. But boy, oh boy, we get so wound up over the dumbest little things lately. Welcome to 2019.
And if you want your food prepared a certain way, you cook it at home.
Exactly. I mean, it's I don't know. Again, I'm not taking sides, so don't get upset with me. I am just the delivery boy here. Oh, delivery boys have been in trouble lately, too, so I'm not that. Coming up, we've got something else, anything else to change the subject. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Every day, approximately 23 U.S. military veterans take their own lives. Big Paws Canine Foundation is helping to decrease that number, providing service and companion dogs to our disabled veterans and first responders injured in the line of duty. Partnering a hero with a specifically trained dog significantly reduces the incidence of suicide, and your support makes all the difference. Find out how you can help our American heroes. Join the pack at BigPawsCanine.com.
Time now for the dad joke of the day. You ready for a dad joke, Heidi?
I am ready.
I do think this is going to go, by the way. It's kind of lost its luster. Here's the dad joke. Did you hear about the guy who lost his left arm and left leg? He's all right now.
Oh my gosh.
These are kind of groaners now, aren't they? It's your dad joke of the day. If you've got a better one, you can submit that at johnandheidishow.com.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and this good news comes your way courtesy of WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. Chick-fil-A is in the news. Now, a lot of people realize that Chick-fil-A is closed every Sunday, right?
Yes, absolutely.
And it's for religious reasons. It's a Christian, faith-based company, and they say, hey, we're going to be closed on Sundays.
Yeah.
Well, Chick-fil-A in Mobile, Alabama was recently opened on a Sunday. Why? Well, they granted the birthday wish of a 14-year-old boy with cerebral palsy and autism. Elijah Sprague was born prematurely at 18 weeks old. His mother, Renee, worked in the NICU That's what does that stand for? Natal ICU? Is that what it is? Intensive care?
Neonatal intensive care, I think, is what it is.
It's part of the hospital. Anyway, that's where he was born. After 6 months living at the hospital, she decided to adopt him, and despite doctors saying that it was unlikely for him to live longer than 1 year, well, he's been around a while now. How old did it say
14.
he was here? 14. So he is a big fan of Chick-fil-A, and it says here the youngster adores Chick-fil-A and dreams of one day working there. So as a means of celebrating his birthday, his family asked the owner of the local restaurant if they would open their doors on Sunday for his special day. And he was like,
why is that? They couldn't go like the day before?
Well,
it had to be on his birthday?
They
or
just
he
wanted
can't
to
be around crowds or something?
No. They wanted to do something special. They said, absolutely, we have to do this. True to his word, the store opened on a Sunday, and staffers baked cookies for Elijah to give away at the drive-thru window. More than 40 family acquaintances stopped by.
Oh, I see. They gave him a mock day to work there.
Some of them even going through the drive-thru multiple times. Afterwards, the exuberant teenager and his friends were able to eat dessert and play at the restaurant.
Aww.
They said this is super special to us. I've got a link to the video here, and this kid is just so darn happy to be a part of this. And I think that's really cool. So I have a link to that story and many other things in the show notes at johnandheidishow.com. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Tuesday.